try it. And then we can I put it onto YouTube and then I share the YouTube link. So um okay, let's have a warm up. Let's have a warm up. So I hope you're all well. So I had really a crazy day. So I had oh yes, oh thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can actually do this from here. So if everybody now mutes, yeah, shake out, and I don't think you are able to then unmute
Sometimes.
it. Oh, you are.
Oh,
Somebody is still. Have I still got one microphone on? I can't. Oh, wait. Here we go. Okay, I think that's it. And I don't think, Debbie, can you try? You can't unmute yourself now, can you? No. Okay. Gosh, I wish I could do that with my husband. Um, or my children. No joking. They're all lovely. So let's make a start. Here we go, shaking it out. Nice and relaxed. Yes, a mega busy day yesterday in the office. So quite a lot of questions keep coming up about weight loss. So weight loss, number one culprit is dampness in the system. That's it, full stop. And there is unfortunately no magic formula on how to lose weight easily. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be nice? If I come up with it, I would be very rich. But anyway, so there is no magic formula when it comes to weight loss. There is dampness in the system. There are some blockages in the meridians, maybe. But what we have to do is, and there is no other way around, take a nice deep breath in, breathing out. Um, we have to get rid of the dampness. Of course, we're doing that by practicing Qigong. We can use Moxa to help. But of course, number one is diet. I'm very sorry, but that is just the way it is. And if we are eating damp-forming foods, um, there's all the nice things, cakes and cheese and white bread, all the nice things I actually really like. Um, but they're all really done forming sugar. That's it. Then the next one is movement through the system. Of course, we are practicing Qigong, and movement classes like these are really, really good when we are working a wee little bit stronger and we are really working through the five elements. They're really good. But as you all know, I'm a personal trainer as well, and my background is in sports and sport therapy. Um, and I'm not recommending the way I used to work out. And you wouldn't believe it, but I was a marathon runner at some point. Don't do stuff like that anymore. Let's take a nice deep breath in. I know better now. I used to do a lot of weight training and really like sort of pushing the weights. Not doing that anymore is causing stagnation in the system. But brisk walks, walking is just fantastic. I do a little bit of weight training with very light weights. I do quite a few sit-ups, stuff like that. But it's a movement in the system. So my weight has is stuck, it's stuck. And I know exactly. So my diet is great. I don't have any dump forming foods whatsoever. I said goodbye to all of them quite a few weeks ago. Um, but I'm not moving enough. Yesterday I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I was working until midnight. And that's my life at the moment. So I'm here on the computer, sitting here static. So I have very long working days, um, and so busy, big lists to work through. It's I didn't even get time to go out and take the dog, and my dog only likes 20 minutes and then he's done. So very rarely I get out to go for a long walk. We did go for a longer walk on Monday, I think. So very static at the moment. And of course, that is the reason why I'm not shifting the last few pounds I really need to shift. And then the next one is what I've seen over the years in my work in the sports industry is water, fluids. Okay. And yeah, I've seen that over and over again when people can't, they struggle to lose some weight. There isn't enough fluid in the system. And from a Chinese medicine point of view, we don't want to drain the system with far too much water. But I do, make a point of at least, I mean, I drink quite a lot. I drink about 2, 3 liters, maybe more, 4 liters of water a day. And I love water. And so I know many people are not too keen on water. They don't like drinking the fluids. But I do, and I always have bottles of water here at my desk and big glasses. So I drink a lot of water. And if you're feeling hot, or you're having these menopausal symptoms where you're feeling hot in the night, remember you do lose a lot of water. And also just breathing in the night or breathing generally, we are losing hydration in the system. So water is really quite important. So it's the three things. It's dump forming foods, it's movement, and it's fluids. And that's important for the system. And then, of course, practicing Qigong, very mindfulness. We want to bring body, mind, and breath together into the system. And so, one thing I always say, and I always recommend when you're practicing Qigong, practice Qigong. Turn the phones round. So, if somebody sends a message, you can't see the phone flicking up. It's something I always do, and I get actually really annoyed if I forget, because as soon as my phone is flickering up, my attention is not on my body, mind, and breath anymore. It's on my phone. And actually, yesterday, by the way, a few messages popped up. First, I had to put my phone away. I was so busy, literally so busy. My office, my work is absolutely bonkers. So I put my phone away, and I could have sometimes you just look at the time, and then there's a few messages that I really have to put, personal messages. I had to put that away. My work phone didn't stop ringing, and it's ringing since 7 o'clock this morning. So it's crazy. Not complaining, ladies, because this is a busy time of year for my business, and this is the time to stash some money away for the winter, which looks very, doesn't always look very good in a motorbike school. So not complaining about the business, that's for sure. Take a nice deep breath in, breathing out. We're talking about work-life balance, struggling with that a bit at the moment. But when you have busy periods like that, you take this hour to reset. Okay, and this is my remedy here. This is my medicine. Let's stand here in Wuji. Take a nice deep breath in into the belly. Breathing out. And how are we feeling today? Nice and relaxed. Any pain anywhere in the body? Anywhere what needs healing? Little lump on my face. So I'm going to send energy into that area. Nice deep relaxed breath. And then we're going to lift up. Nice deep breath in, lifting up. Pouring down. We're going to breathe in. Lifting up. Breathing out. Pouring down. Nice deep breath in. Breathing out. Bring the hands down. Stay here for a moment. Feel your feet on the ground. We're starting to work with earth. We're going to go through a meridian stretch first from the 12 rivers for earth. If the stomach chi is weak, all of the other organs will be affected. We're going to step over. Take a nice deep breath out here. Stretch. And then we're going to rotate. Breathing in and out. Horari time for the stomach. Just about. In the UK, Netherlands and Germany are out. They're in spleen time now, but that's okay. We are working with the earth element. It's 5-element flow, so we are working on earth. Gentle stretch up. One more. We're going to step wider. Staying with earth. Opening up, rolling the shoulders back, looking over one shoulder, coming to the center. Deep breath in. Other side. Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. Deep breath in. Out. And again, yellow light. Breathing out. One more to the other side. Bringing the hands down. Yellow light. We're going to go into the bounding leopard. So take a nice deep breath in. Earth element is connected to worry, overthinking, sympathy, craving for sympathy. Take a nice deep breath in, or maybe giving too much sympathy. You can roll a little bit bigger. If you want, you can come all the way down. Breathing in. These movements here, just talking about weight loss again, are fantastic to move things in the body. This is an earth move. We are working on stomach and spleen. We are working, the spleen is in charge of transforming and transporting. So important when it comes to weight loss. Nice deep breath in and out. One more. Breathing in. Coming up. Take a nice deep breath in. Yellow light. Breathing out. Stay here for a moment. The earth has got to nourish the metal. The earth is mother of metal. If the earth is weak or there's too much dampness, we will feel it in the lungs. I'm going to bring the heels together, stretching up, pelvis under. Crane beaks, chi lock. We're pushing thumb and large intestine channel, the index finger together, breathing out. Opening up, deep breath in, lift. And then slowly controlled, sinking down, pushing the wrists out. That is important because we want to work with the meridians for the lungs and the large intestine, which are in the arms. The main meridians are in the arms. The color here is white. The emotion is grief and loss and unrighteousness. One more. We're going to step wide. We're going to go into the large intestine, move from the 12 rivers. Coming up and the other side. We're not going to change direction. Let's just draw a few big circles. Keeping the body weight on the arms, nice and wide in the legs. We are receiving the chi with the lungs and we are letting go here with the large intestine. Very important relationship. Yin and yang. The lungs are yin, large intestine yang. Last one. You're going to bring the pelvis under. Bring the arms back and down into bow stance. Index finger, beak. We're going to breathe in, receiving the chi from heaven, breathing out, massaging the large intestine. Deep breath in, breathing out, breathing in and out. So we are receiving and letting go. Such an important relationship for metal. Deep breath in, out. Breathing in. If you want to make it stronger, you know what's coming. You can shift forward. Important, we need to be in alignment when we come into Qigong. We need to have all the energy in one leg, and then we can lift and balance. Coming back. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to shift the weight first, and then we can lift and balance-ish. Coming back. Going to do that faster. If we're lifting the leg too soon, we lose the balance. So pay attention on how your body feels. You're going to breathe in, breathing out, breathing in and out. Deep breath in, smile, out. We are receiving and we're going to let go, stimulating the lungs and the large intestine. You've got one more. Breathing in and out to the center. Take a nice deep breath in. Landscape for metal is the mountains. Imagine you're standing on a mountain. Nice white bright light. We're going to go into the crane, extends its leg. So we're going to shift the weight and then we're going to lift one leg nice and high. Let's do it really slow. We are massaging the large intestine. Then we're going to spread our wings, keeping the shoulders low, pushing the wrists out. Remember, meridians are coming through the legs, arms. Who said I can multitask? Then we're going to massage the large intestine here. Keep the shoulders low, little balance, pushing through the wrist, meridian lines. We're going to come up. So I like to come down a little bit here. We're going to lift, extending the leg, growing taller. We are massaging the large intestine. And now we're going to push down. But as we are pushing down, we are growing taller. Whilst we are standing on our mountain. Other side, we're going to lift nice and high. Then we're going to push. Keeping the shoulders low. Often I see these shoulders coming up. We are hovering the leg at the same level all the way around. So if you struggle at some point to keep the leg high, start off a little bit lower. See how that feels. So you could stay here, push and hover. This is comfortable. Other side. So this is a little bit lower. Find your level. If you want to stretch yourself and test yourself, you bring the legs up. Can we keep it this high all the way around? Not easy. One more on the other side. for metal. Keeping the leg at the same height, keeping the balance, lifting, stepping the legs wider as we push, push and grow. And then we take a deep breath in, breathing out. Stay here for a moment. Letting the metal settle. Metal is the mother of water, and that relationship between kidneys and the lungs is really important, especially when it comes to things like asthma. Very well, always, but we often feel it, and we often see that imbalance when people are asthmatic. So we're going to push up, bringing the pelvis under. We're going to go into the snake, half a snake. Feel it in your lower back. Stretch a little bit further, middle back, and then upper back. Coming to the center, we're going to change. You're going to go into the fountain, so the legs are wider than what we normally would be in this movement. We're going to come down, bringing water up through the kidney channel, out. Coming down again, interlinking, turning, lower back, middle back, upper back, center, fountain, nice and low. And again. Lower back, middle back, upper back, center, fountain. And again. Through the back, we've got connection to every single organ from the bladder channel. So we are working on tonifying every organ and spirit points when we are working on the bladder. And again. We've got one more. Stay here, coming down. Let's bring the hands onto the kidneys. In between the kidneys, we've got the Ming Men. Do 4. The gate of life. Our first spark on conception. This is where we start. Our journey starts. And it's important that this point is nice and warm for the system. So we're going to warm up the Ming Men. It's a yang point between the yin kidney. So we're going to come down. My legs are straight, but not locked. Okay. So you might want to stay here, and we can do this movement just sort of by looking over one shoulder center to the other. You can take the legs a bit wider if you wish, and if you're comfortable, you can bring your hands down. And this is actually a Dao Yin move. So we've got the hands in front of the face, and we're going to open the Ming Men. So we're going to bring one arm up, nice deep breath in, and then we're going to breathe out as we come down. We're going to breathe in, breathing out, breathing in. So we keep switching sides. Keep your head down. Don't try and look forward and up at the screen. And once you know the move, keep your head down and relax. Nice long neck. Breathing in and out. Deep breath in, out. Really working through the lower back. This is for the Ming Men. And then here, we're going to slowly bring the pelvis under and then rolling up. Going to bring the arms back. Gentle stretch. Hands in front, coming to one side. I'm going to stretch through the kidney channel. Remember, comes up here. Here we go, it's the hands, palms together. We're going to turn to one side. We're going to gather some water. We're working with water, bringing it into the body like a wave, and we're going to push it out. Coming to the other side. Gathering the water, pushing it out. center. We're going to gather and push, center. Gather, big wave, pushing it out, center. We're going to breathe in, out, center. Breathing in, out, center. And again, working with water. One more. Pushing out, center. Take a nice deep breath in. You're going to do one more for water, which I love, the spinning mandarins, which actually works all of the meridians. But it's this nice water feel to it, isn't it? This flowing. Or imagine you're standing on the bottom of the ocean. The color is dark blue, black. Emotions here is fear. A lot of my patients are water elements. And there is this fear. There's always this underlying fear, and it can hold them back. I would love to go scuba diving or something like that. But what if something goes wrong and I'm in the bottom of the ocean and I can't come up? And it turns this little sparkle of fear, or this like a little snowflake, then turns into an avalanche because the thoughts are going, and it will stop them in the end from going scuba diving or whatever it is, and have that experience, or go for a new job, or go for a lifestyle change. What if? So let's flow through this water. And again, so we're going to go from some really nice big flowing movements here. And again, let's gather the momentum. One more. Coming to stillness of the water. Stillness of the water. Nice and relaxed. The rivers have flown to the ocean. Bottom of the ocean, it's still. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Bring the palms back in front. And from the flowing water, we're going to go into the stillness of the tree. Let's come down. Maybe you can come all the way down. The tree, the wood element, starts with a seat in the ground. We are now the little seat, and then in springtime, let's come slowly up. You're going to grow into this tree. Stretching the arms up, shoulders up. Then we're going to settle the shoulder in the tree pose. You can balance, bring one leg in front or up, making sure the pelvis is under. Nice deep breath here. Green color, anger, frustration. Slowly bring the hands down, stepping out, hip widths apart. Taking a deep breath in, coming up onto the toes. Staying on the toes if you're comfortable, sinking down. Staying on the toes as we are coming up. Relaxed here, relaxed in the arms, sinking down. Deer pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, out. Deep breath in, out. In and out. Keeping the upper body nice and high. Sitting back. I've got this felt as us in the bucket behind us. Dipping them in. One more. Deer pose. We can make it stronger, be coming into the tiger, but I quite like the deer. Let's sink down again. Acorn in the ground. That's a seat. And sometimes when we need new challenges in life, of you want to start a new journey, just imagine yourself with that little seed in springtime. And we're going to nourish the seed, and then we're going to grow onto our journey into this gorgeous tree, whatever it is. Sometimes the wood is getting stuck. There's some stagnation. And then we lose our vision in life, our aim, our goal. And that's exactly where I was a few years ago. Kind of lost my goal, my vision, couldn't see what I wanted to do. And that's not the end of the route, which I did think at the time, really. What am I going to do with my life? You're going to step into gallbladder stretch, 12 rivers. So we can find that vision again. And I think I found it. I'm graduating with a university degree next week. I don't actually like saying it, just in case I mess it up in my last week. Just in case. Can I still mess it up? Oh, I don't know. So we're going to come over and bringing the arms down. Take a nice deep breath in. So many people said to me over the years, over the last few years, gosh, I couldn't do what you're doing. I just couldn't do it. And I tell you what, ladies, if I can do it, everybody can, because I'm not, I'm not clever. I'm not, it wasn't easy. But what helped me through this journey was my Qigong practice, kept me calm when everybody else is freaking out. On my course, we lost 20 people, and I just stayed calm and did one step in front of the other. Took some time, breathing, a little bit of meditation in between. Let's come over and down. And you can do it. You don't have to do a university degree, but if there's something you want to learn, knitting or become a gardener, whatever it is, you can do it. Firm believer in that. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathing out. The wood is nourishing the fire. And how many of you, when you get really, really angry, start crying? I'm like that, and it's really annoying, actually. Let's come from side to side. It's a relationship between the wood and the fire. Nice deep breath in. Of course, also the water is opening into the ice and the tears, ice. But it's affecting the heart. Anger is affecting the heart. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Smile into your heart. Oh my goodness. That little heart of yours beating 24/7 like a Shire horse, it's going, 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 going. All that, these emotions the heart has to deal with all the time. Nice deep breath. All the broken hearts we might have had in our lifetime. Smile into your heart. And as you're pushing the palms out here, pushing through the wrists, you might feel your palms getting nice and warm. So pay attention to your palms. One more. Connecting the palms, pushing, turning, and gazing. Coming up, bringing the hands down. Let's bring the hands in front of the heart. Bring the palms together, push them into the sternum. These points here on your sternum, we talked about yesterday, right on the sternum in your ren channel, are excellent for when you're going through a bit of a rough time. So keep going up and down, massaging the heart. And then when we come out a little bit between the ribs, it's the spirit points. Quite like, I've got the chisel as well, but it's quite, even if you're using your tools, you can sort of gently massage and smile into the heart. Anxiety, go right in between the chest. and massage these acupuncture points on the sternum. Very powerful. Taking a nice deep breath in. And then we're going to breathe out. Bring the hands in across the chest. Breathing in. Breathing out. Deep breath in. Nice red light. Joy, sadness. And so important, that little spirit in our heart is called the Shen. Breathing in. Breathing out. When the Shen is disturbed, you're having insomnia, we call it the Shen is deprived revidence. And sometimes the Shen is just moving out. Think, oh my God, too much going on here. Can't settle. So I always imagine my heart like a cozy little bedroom for my Shen. And I want to have this really nice, calm and peaceful environment for the Shen. Take a nice deep breath in. Let's bring the hands onto the heart. That's called the Shen. And when things are really going wrong in life, or some people, like when we talk about extreme mental illness, and I worked at Broadmoor Hospital, so I've seen the most extreme mental illness possible, and you see the Shen has gone in people's eyes. You know, we over the years, probably many of you spoke about or heard about Peter Sutcliffe. I used to be his personal trainer for 15 years. And but when you look at his eyes, and very interesting, at university they used his face picture where you could clearly see there was no Shen in the eyes. You can see it in people's eyes. When you lose that sparkle in your eyes, that's when the Shen is not present. So you can see that. So I'm calling myself a Shen spotter. I go shopping and push my trolley around and I look at people's eyes and I can see, looking for the Shen, for the sparkle. And sometimes we lose the sparkle. I certainly did yesterday, but we want to bring it back. So let's bring the hands up. Take a nice deep breath in. Coming up. We're going to go into a tiger-ish. We're going to come down here. Bend your knees. Oh, we can walk out a little bit further if you want. And try now keeping your heels on the ground as you're coming down, and we're going to sit into this very comfortable knot yoga pose. So find your yoga seat. Nice long back. So try and find a comfortable position here if you can. You're going to bring the hands in front of the chest and just push your legs out a little bit. And then we're going to have a little rock forward and back. So if you're really not comfortable here, or you think, I don't want to do this floor sequence, do please come up. Remember, brush over the body, a little body massage alongside the meridians, down the outside, up the inside. And then just stand still for a few seconds and then finish your practice. So we're going to rock here. Then we're going to come forward and I'm going to lift my heels off the floor now. And I want to take my feet a little bit, my knees a little bit wider as we are rocking forward and stretch through the inner thigh. Nice deep breath. And we're going to come back again onto the heels and then back forward onto all four. Doggy wags its tail, so nice long back. We're just going to loosen up the spine. This is great if you've got lower backache. Doggy wags its tail. So we're going to go from the center. So we're not sort of going this way. We're going to go from the center, a bit like a snake. Pushing from one side to the other. Loosening up the spine. Coming back to the center. Then we're going to do the little nasty meridian stretch. So we're going to bring the toes under. So we've got meridian lines starting and finishing in the toes. Okay. And when we are wearing shoes and we're on our, of course we wear shoes and we are on our feet a lot. they kind of get a bit squashed and crumbed, and it's important that they stay open. So sit back a little bit. So we want to feel that stretch. And this is not a pleasant one. If you're feeling comfortable, come up. And you might find that is painful. Don't go too painful. If it's too painful, stay in your kind of semi-comfortable level, okay? Because we want that stimulation. Then we're going to come forward again, feet flat on the floor, dorsum side off the foot, flat onto the floor. We're going to come back, going to stretch back, hands behind, lifting off. So we are stretching the top of the meridians. These are the yin meridians, sorry. No, actually, not all of them. Stomach is coming over the top of the feet as well, and the stomach is a yang meridian. Let's bring the feet together. And we talk about meridians. We talked about the spleen, which is so important. So we're just going to massage the spleen. So it's on the inside of the big toe. And we're just going to massage. Use your thumbs and massage, coming over the big toe. And then we're going to come down this side of the foot. And you might notice, and if I see a mic, I'll show you in a minute, and there is a little ridge here where I am. And actually my spleen channel is really empty. Don't know why, because I'm really probably depleted. But I am very much looking after my diet at the moment. And I literally can't remember the last time I had anything what I shouldn't have had, to be honest. So we're going to massage, and we're going to come back to the toes. And this is important. So do try and do this on a regular basis. And then we're going to come to the ankle bone, which is called the inside malleolus or the medial malleolus. And then we're going to come up along where the shin bone is. We're going to come on that ridge just off the shin bone. And you will probably feel this is quite tender at some points. And this is your spleen channel. And if you're struggling with dampness in the spleen, do this massage on a regular basis. And we're going to come back down. And we're going to just bring our hands over the feet, nice long back. We're going to go into the turtle. So we're going to bring the chin under, and we're going to go nice and slow. We're going to come forward and then come up. By the way, I should have said, if you have a yoga block, you can, of course, sit on a yoga block or on a cushion if you don't want to sit on the floor. Coming down and up. So you're going to, it's like a rotation. So we want to work through the spine. So we're going to bring the chin under, coming all the way down, looking up and reaching up, coming under again. Nice deep breath. And up. Under. And up. And again. Nice and relaxed. We're going to do one more. We're going to come up. This is yang. You're going to come up. And now we want to go into yin. So if you want to, sorry, I should have said before, if you want to come onto a cushion, otherwise just come forward as far as you comfortably can. Relax your neck and your head. And we're going to take a few deep breaths into the belly. Breathing in, and then relax a little bit more on the out breath. I'm going to breathe in and out. Nice stretch through the inner thigh. We're going to breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. And again, relax a little bit more. Feel your body relaxing, your fascia unfolding. And then we're going to slowly come up. And bring one leg in front. Nice. Nice stretch. Then we're going to come up, gentle stretch here, coming forward. This is a yang. breathing in and out. This is a movement. So we're going to breathe in and then breathing out, stretching forward. So we are stretching through the body. And again, coming up and out. Deep breath in, out. And again, up. One more, we're going to stretch up and then we're going to go into yin. So find you, if that's where you want to go, that's fine. If you want to go a little bit further down, if you're feeling flexible, that's fine. And we're going to go into the yin phase. So we're going to breathe in, and on the out breath, we're going to relax a little bit more. Deep breath in, letting go of all of the tension, breathing out. Breathing in and out. And one more. Slowly coming up. You're going to bring the other foot forward. So I used to go to a yin yoga class, and we used to hold these stretches. That's we're holding this, cradling this leg we've just worked on, and we're going to rock the baby. Really going into the hip joint, rocking the baby. So I used to go to a yin yoga class. We would hold these stretches for 7 minutes each. So a very long time. And it's really, really nice to hold these stretches. Really relaxing the body. Then we're going to bring that leg over. Let's just sit nice and straight. Elbow to knee. Just going to lift, looking behind. Nice deep breath into the lower back. Breathing out. Deep breath in. And out. And one more. Coming back to the front. This leg goes in. Into, I call it the choo-choo train. We're going to lift up. Stupid name, isn't it? And coming down. So we're going to breathe in. It's a wheel. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Deep breath in. Breathing out. These movements, Dao Yin, I studied with Lee Holden, and somebody in the class when we did the instructor training called it a choo-choo train. And it kind of stuck. I get really annoyed when I say it. So you got to breathe in, stretching up, breathing out. Last one, we're going to stretch up, coming into the yin phase, shorter yin phase today. But we're going to come forward until you're comfortable, relaxing the body. Some of you might be able to come far forward and some of you might be staying here, and that's fine. It's not a competition. We're going to stay here nice, in your nice comfortable zone, relaxing the head, and take a nice deep breath in. And then relax on the out breath a little bit more. Feel your body stretching and opening up. Let's take a few breaths here. And listen to your body. If it's too much, your body will tell you. Slowly coming back up. Stretching the other leg forward. We're going to rock the baby on this side. This is a great move for the hips. Bringing some energy into the hips. And stretch and rock. Then we're going to bring the leg across. Nice and tall. elbow, knee, and then we're going to turn away. I always think this is kind of posture, you know, when somebody's taking a really styled photo of you. You sit here nice and tall, head back, like imagine you're on a beach or in a castle and somebody is drawing a painting or something of you in this position. You're nice and tall and stretched. Nice deep breath. Let's take one more deep breath into the lower back. And then we're going to unfold the legs and we're going to come back onto all fours. Doggy wags its tail, loosening up the spine. Oh, it's a great move. If you've got tension in the lower back, if you've got lower back ache, doggy wags its tail. And then we're going to go from here straight. You're going to bring the toes under. We're going to go straight into this little yoga seat. So we're going to roll back, forward, pushing there, roll back, finding a comfortable position. Does it feel looser now on your inner thigh? Nice, comfortable position. But you're going to come forward again, lifting the heels off the floor. So we're having a little bit more of a deeper stretch here. If you're doing a yoga, a lot of the times I used to do this stance when I lift. I wouldn't do it now because I haven't done these for quite a few years. But I used to lift off my legs. I did fall once badly onto my face. I wonder I've got a lump in my face. But yeah, great. Now we've got a little challenge here. Heels are back on the floor. Can you come up without lifting the heels off the floor? So you've got the hands on the floor. Try and keep your heels down as you're lifting up. How is that feeling? And now, very important, pay attention. We are going to roll up. Is there any dizziness here as you're coming up? You're going to stretch the arms back. That is a very strong indication if we are having postural dizziness that there is a liver blood deficiency, okay? And it's not something serious, not at all. Take a nice deep breath in. But when we have this liver blood deficiency, we want to have a look at the food we're eating and how we're eating and how stressful it is when we're eating. So let me know at the end of the class. Stay in Wuji, little gap between the armpits. How are we feeling? Work through all of the elements and a lovely stretch on the lower body and upper body. Let's bring the hands onto the dantian. Onto the kidneys. Treat your kidneys like your delicate little friends. Do think about my organ system like that. I know, very strange, but the kidneys are very delicate and they're the fearful ones. You know, they're always worried. Oh my God, I can't do this. No, it's really scary. That's your kidneys. Your stomach and spleen, they're always, oh my God, they're worried. You know, there's constant worry here. Your liver, of course, is like always a bit ticked off, always a bit angry. And then you've got your lungs. They're always, well, that's not right. That's not right. Well, this is not right. Why is this not right? You know, that's the lungs. Oh, I can't let go of that. I might come in handy one day. That's your lungs. And then, of course, the heart. And when I look at my heart, I would always smile into the heart. So always put some joy into the heart, even if you're having a really crappy day and you're feeling sad. Smile into your heart. Just give it a little hug. Just a little bit of self-care. And do one more over the head. Gentle massage. And then we're going to bring the hands onto the dantian. Nice and relaxed here. One hand out, one in. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I think many of you haven't done Dao Yin before. This is just a tiny little snippet of what we do in Dao Yin. Very often we work actually quite hard on the core because some of the Dao Yin moves, I've got the power, ladies. I can give you a voice. Let me do that right now. Sometimes we work really hard in Dao Yin and wait for it. Oh, oh, here we go. You can unmute yourself now, ladies.
Thank you.
Ah, Binky, 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 Binky. You take it easy, Binky, Binky.
Hi, Pinky.
Yeah. So sometimes we work really hard in Dao Yin, now me ladies, on the core, and we're all coming out like wobbly. I think we should do that, Summer is coming up, and you might have some holiday plans. Let's work on the apps a bit. I paid for my Bali holiday yesterday. That's done. I changed my flight, so I have to say, because I went crazy and I booked business class flights to Bali, and then I thought, I just can't justify the money for the business flights. It's just literally another holiday. And I thought, no, it's just,
No.
no, it's just, I can't do it.
You might be lucky. You might get upgraded.
I was just going to
Yeah,
say
well,
that.
Yeah.
a friend, yeah, can you imagine? A friend of mine, she works for BA, she's a stewardess, she works at business or first class, and I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna say, can you check the flight? And if there is availability, I might hope maybe she can get us an upgrade. But my reasoning was if I fly business, because I've always fly business to Germany because it's only a short flight, and because I've got so many Avios points, I don't pay any more money than I would on an economy flight. But it's only a short flight. And then I thought if I fly business to Bali, I get like thousands of Avios points, which would get me free flights to Germany, right? But it was 7,000 pounds more expensive.
Ah.
I
Wow.
know, I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. But when you have your inside, it's like, no, 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 no. If I have endless money in my bank account, which I really haven't, you say, yeah, not a big deal, but
Yeah.
I haven't. And I thought this is actually another holiday.
Yeah.
I said, Tony, we're gonna rough it. It's just because it's such a long flight, 17 hours, and it's quite, I'm not very good sitting upright for that long. I'm saying that it's two flights anyway, so never
And
mind.
it's October, right? Is that when you
Yeah,
go?
October. Yeah, we have. I don't. 1st of October, I think.
So it'll be grotty as hell here, and you'll be heading off for the
Well, you
sunshine.
never know, so Claire. You never know. There was my son's birthday is on the 30th of September, and when he was little, we had this birthday party and I always remember it was the 2nd of October, and it was so hot.
Really?
Yeah, the kids were out, and I was really worried about them getting like sunstroke, and we were in the shade. And I always remember we got the paddling pools out, and then we were sitting outside, and it was so hot. So you never know.
You never know.
Whenever me and my husband go away on these big, big holidays, which we haven't been for a very long time, something goes wrong. We were in the tsunami,
Don't say that. Don't even
Seychelles.
say
Good. Oh,
There's probably a volcano somewhere going on.
no.
Yeah, we
And we're
were.
all coming with you, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Could you imagine that? We all just turn up, go,
Yeah.
hello.
Yes.
Imagine her face.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, can you imagine? Tony, don't forget to tell you something. Well,
Hilarious.
let me just switch off the recording.